Hampshire toil in reply to Yorkshire's mammoth total. Root and Balance picked up where they'd left off in the first round with another huge partnership as they helped Yorkshire reach 310 for 3 on day one at the Ageas Bowl. Balance started well on the second morning, looking to settle in with some punishing boundaries. And night watchman Patterson was also looking to get in on the act with some fours of his own. Balance was eyeing 150 when Berg was able to surprise him with some extra bounce, Balance gloving it through to the keeper for 148. And as so often happens, one wicket brought two. In the next over, Berg trapping Patterson for 34, Dawson taking the catch at point. That brought Leaning and Kohler Cadmore together and they steadied the ship to bring the 400 up. Yorkshire reaching the end of another excellent session with the bat at 413 for 5. Both batsmen had played in rather reserved fashion in the short period they were together before lunch, but they began to cut loose in the afternoon session. Kohler Cadmore taking a couple of boundaries off Barker. That before he fell LBW to Dawson for 41. That brought Tattersall to the crease with the aim of pushing Yorkshire onto 500 and a declaration. Leaning eventually reaching his 50 from the 150th over of the innings. And after passing 500 back-to-back fours off Abbott may have indicated a move to accelerate. But the onslaught failed to materialise as Yorkshire continued to the tea interval in the same sedate fashion. They ended the session 537 for 6 and still no sign of a declaration. The batsman did look to make a belated attempt to accelerate at the beginning of the evening session, but Tattersall fell for 52 when he could only sky one to Vince when attempting a big shot off Dawson. And soon afterwards Yorkshire did finally declare for a massive 558 for 7, giving their bowlers enough time to make inroads into a Hampshire side that would be tiring after more than 160 overs in the field. And it was a disastrous start for the Hampshire openers, Vince falling for just 5 when he edged Code to slip. And in the very next over, his partner Weatherly feathered one through to the keeper off Olivier to leave Hampshire in the mire on 11 for 2. Markram and North East dug in with the South African hitting Code for back-to-back boundaries as they reached 50 without further loss. But with time running out before the end of the day, Markram threw the kitchen sink at a ball from part-timer Jack Leaning and picked out Gary Balance at deep mid-wicket to fall for 45. Night watchman Abbott was able to survive the final few overs, but Yorkshire ended the day's play in complete control with Hampshire still needing 405 just to avoid the follow-on.